Okay, so we're going to talk about plan and profile views um, and what they mean to a plan set. Okay, so the definitions, a plan view uh, is basically a single view on a sheet or plan that's referring to like the aerial view or projection of what the floor plan might look like for a project. So as if you're looking from an airplane looking down on the project. The profile view is has to do with elevations. Okay, so it's showing a cross-sectional area of like a centerline profile. So in our case, we're going to be actually doing a cross-sectional view of a road bed, and you're going to see a sewer line, a water line, gas line, the center line of the road, manhole structures, things like that. Okay, so this is a really bad plan sheet. It also has a video associated with it. I'm going to try to play the video and see if it'll play for you. And it talks a little bit about plan and profiles. You can see if I can up the volume a bit. Okay, I'm going to try again. Okay, so that was just a little look at all the different parts of a plan and profile view. So here's an example of a plan and profile view with sewers that you can see. So if you notice, see if I can draw in here. So if you notice in the where it shows the culverts or manholes here, it has information and it says the inverts. So up in here it's showing inverts, okay, and it has different elevations, and it also has the size of the manholes coming in. So that's sort of what you're going to have in your drawings as well. And then also it lists the information here on the length. So this has 39 lineal feet of 18-inch of this certain type of pipe. I don't know what SD stands for. I don't remember what that stands for, and it's going at a percent grade of 0.55. Now, why is it going at a positive grade when it looks like this pipe is heading, if the pipe was heading that way, you'd think it'd be a negative grade. Well, it's not heading that way, okay? It's actually heading this way. So the grades are shown in reference to the stations. Okay, so we're increasing with the stations. Woo, that's bad. We're increasing with the stations. So as the station increases that direction, it means we're actually increasing with our slope. So now if you pay attention to this one, it shows that slope also as a positive, but it should be shown as a negative 12%. This should be a negative 12% because of the direction that the road is traveling. Okay, so we're increasing. Actually, it's the opposite way. The road is actually increasing the opposite way in this case. So this one would be a negative percentage, and this one would indeed be a positive percentage because the stationing is increasing heading that way. Okay, so they should have labeled this one or this one as a negative and kept this one as a positive. Okay, positive. All of these, this one and this one, should have been negatives. Okay, so this one should have been a negative, this one should have been a negative, and this one should have been a negative. Okay, so when you're looking at your culvert stuff or your manhole stuff, make sure that you put the station and how far off it is from center line of the road, like it is shown here. So it has a station and it says 12 foot left of the center line. And then you should also list the rim elevation and then your inverts, east and west. Like this one says northeast, southeast, or northwest. You should label those inverts as to what those elevations are too, okay? So like on your drawing, you're going to have an invert east and an invert west for your manholes that you're coming in and out of, okay? So that's important information to show when you're doing your profile. All right. So let's talk about plan view scales. So typically a plan view the scales are 1 inch equals 100 or 1 inch equals 50. In our case, I think our assignment we're going to be doing is 1 inch equals 30 feet for print scale. Okay. The plan normally shows linear features, okay, like roads, sewer lines, water, curb and gutter, sidewalk, etc. Okay. Profile view scales, typically they have two scales. So they have a horizontal scale, which typically matches whatever your plan scale is, and then they have a vertical scale. Okay, so 1 inch equals 5 feet, or 1 inch equals 10 feet, something like that. So creating a plan and profile drawing, the first thing you do is create the plan view. So you need to be able to orient the profile view to that plan view. So always create that plan view first, so that way you can bring stuff from that plan view down to your profile view. So you'll be projecting those points down. So use that, the profile view is where you're going to use the elevation data to determine elevations of the following. So roads, sewers, water, gas, etc. Okay, so let's talk about slope and grade. So slope really equals rise over run. Okay, so when we say that we're going out at a 3-to-1 slope, it's the run out the distance of the rise. So I'm going out 3 feet and rising 1 foot. Okay, so if I'm trying to figure out the slope there, I'm going to take 1 divided by 3. Okay, so it would be a 0.33% slope essentially for a 3-to-1 change in elevation. Okay. All right. So that's the plan and profile. That's what the difference between plan and profiles, and that's a little introduction to slope, which you'll get in the other videos that I have. So just remember this for our formula: slope equals rise over run. Okay.